Actually, let's go pull up. I saw Joe Bernard. I think
The
he did something
breakdown.
based on online tournaments.
I did see
He
that recently.
he tweets stuff about the city leagues and stuff too, though. Usually, yeah. Interesting to. All right, so he did
Is
this
he just
tweet.
like is he manually compiling these stats, or does he have
Yeah,
some
dude.
way to
I,
like
I don't know. He probably is though, because he's a legend, to be honest. But
shout out
he
Joe?
he compiled this week one online results in the Journey Together format. And then this was interesting to compare to early City League data when rotation hit in Japan. So this is City Leagues during
First week.
the
Oh, first 3 days, it looks like.
yeah, during the rotation start, and it's Raging Bolt, Dragapult, Charizard, and then Walls is kind of the top three. And for us, it's like, well, like, why is there so much in S tier? What is? Oh, it's all the different Dragapults. My bad. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
Raging Ball's
Dragapult.
just not up there.
Yeah, it's just where is it? It's a B tier.
Yeah. I mean, so the thing with that though is like I think that a lot of people don't understand this. I mean, I get asked this question all the time. Is like, what is the differences between the regions? And there isn't. The meta is like a continuous thing across the board. Now, we have talked about this recently. I think there is some truth to this that sometimes we're like missing a tournament in a region for them to catch up. It's like, oh, X deck just dominated here in America. It's definitely getting countered in 2 weeks at the next American regional. But it's like Europe has a tournament next weekend. It's still going to probably be really popular over there because they just haven't had their tournament in this like this part of the meta yet. But it doesn't mean more people aren't going to play counters for it. So there's some truth to that, but, like, this is, uh wait, what is the date for the Journey Together information? It's January, right? That's, like, 2
Yeah,
months
yeah,
ago,
yeah, yeah.
right? So it's 2 months ago, more City League results have happened. The major in Journey Together happened in Japan.
Yep.
Content creators are putting out content, talking about the decks. The community in general is just talking about the format, building decks, trying stuff out. So it's no surprise that it's drastically different. It's kind of like that's the way it should be. We should be able to look at this and be like, oh, this makes sense because the meta has progressed, despite us not being able to play with the cards on PTCG Live, which is our main source of, um, I don't know, I guess like meta progression as far as like figuring out what's good, what's bad, what to go with. Until we get like our first major tournament, which will be Atlanta, which gives us kind of like more of a benchmark to work off of what the meta is. It makes sense that the meta has still progressed past what Japan was doing during their first week. And hopefully that's what we see consistently because that means that people are doing stuff outside of just playing with the cards on BDCG Live. There's still more progression of the meta happening once we finally get our hands on the cards. So,
Yeah.
but it seems like Dragapult stands alone as far as Joe's data goes.
Yeah. Early in our format here. Um, I guess we didn't really talk about this. Actually, I meant to ask you this like kind of at the start when we talked about streaming and stuff like that. But what are kind of your early? You said you've been having a lot of fun playing, but what are kind of your like early thoughts on like what is like good? What are the best decks right now for Journey Together format?
I think Terrabox and Dragapult are like in a tier of their own. One of them could be better than the other. I haven't really dug that deep into that. But besides that, there's just like a lot of decks are solid. I'm really intrigued by our Chaladon right now. I think tool cards do a lot for that deck in a ton of situations. I'm really intrigued what our Chaladon can look like besides the poison package build because I don't like that build. Um, every other build of our Chaladon is intriguing to me. Um, and then Enzoric surprised me. I thought the deck would feel a lot weaker than it actually does. The deck actually feels pretty strong. I don't think it is like tier one. I think it'll be very hard for that deck to ever be a tier one deck, but still feels pretty good. And if you just want to play it for some reason, you just want to play Enzoric, you better play it before Shaman comes out because then things get a whole lot worse for that deck.
Yeah.
Uh,
You got
so
a very short window that's closing pretty
yeah,
quick.
I think we will see a little bit of a Shaman cycle. Like, oh, no one's playing snipe decks. I'm gonna cut my Shaman. Oh, all of a sudden Zorak becomes like a really good play. I'm gonna put my Shaman back in kind of thing. But yeah, Dragapult and Terrabox seem to be better than the rest, but not by a lot. Like it feels like a lot of things can keep up. The Raging Bolts, the like I said, and Zorak. I'm trying to think of like other decks. Guard 4 still seems like it's pretty good. I played some with Maridon the other day, and Iron Hand is still pretty good. And I think Maridon's better than Future Hands. I played a little bit of Future Hands as well. That deck felt miserable. I definitely did not put the maximum amount of effort into it, then there's probably still more. My list was probably not as good as it could have been. Still more to do, yada yada. But
You said it felt miserable or it didn't feel miserable?
Maridon felt pretty good. Future Hands felt miserable.
Hmm.
But yeah, Maridon still because Iron Hands is just still good. Like I don't know, you just gust 3 times and the game's over. You got to get the heavy baton in there, like I have in this list. Magnetons becomes a bigger factor, so you got to play the 2/2 Magneton, stuff like that. But despite the lack of the V Pokemon, specifically Raichu, no big one-hit KO potential, which definitely doesn't feel great. Maridon and Iron Hands still do some pretty good numbers into most, if not all, matchups. So you have pretty good game plans against most matchups right now. So yeah, I think there still might be something there for Maridon. If not Maridon, Iron Hands at the very least. Uh, they're like it's Iron Hands is still really really good. The question is just like what is the best way to play it?
Yeah. I mean, the options are kind of limited. It's Maridon or Future Box. I mean, I guess. Oh, hold up. Bring it back. CPOW?
That's what I was gonna say. If you were gonna say it, I was gonna be like, don't forget Excalibur.
CPOW, baby.
Honestly,
We lost Irida.
everything lost something. Okay, so Steepow,
We lost Bieberell.
Revavroom,
Revavroom?
we revin.
No, we're not.
Maybe a
We need those energies to be in play, brother.
You could play Revavroom with Lavencia and 2 basic lightnings. So we have our hands access, and it gives you like looping for your Revavroom. Think about it. Think about it. Get back to me on that.
I guess we don't have Pokestop.
You can play Water Pawn. You have your Snipe Attacker.
Yeah.
No
Oh yeah.
Pokestop is
There's
rough.
no Greninja.
No Greninja. No Greninja. No Pokestop. Definitely hurts the decks like the cycling of the deck and like seeing new cards. But
Yeah.